Hi there, Frank Pate, Team Infinity Replicast, Adopt a Kid Racer. So this is just a report from the Miller race weekend. We had a great time at Miller this weekend. It was very warm on Friday. Kyle went out and did a little testing on the Honda and the Yamaha as well. We've actually not ridden Kyle on the Honda this year, and we thought we'd check it out and see what the ride characteristics were like in comparison to the Yamaha. His actual lap times were almost identical from bike to bike. So we figured the Honda made up for it down the straightaways, where the Yamaha is much more comfortable for him to ride in the corners. Nonetheless, so we went about our weekend, and we kept chasing what we thought to be a jetting problem each day, where we'd have some problems periodically throughout the sessions. Matter of fact, during his actual qualifying time on Saturday, the bike was running very poorly. Would come off of some corners and just literally bog down as though it was over rich. But kept doing it sporadically. The mechanic, Daniel Jackson, kept trying to isolate the problem as to the jetting. Then we thought maybe it was a vacuum problem like we had at Portland. Turned out it was neither of those two, but we didn't find this out later until the weekend. So we chased the problem around. He qualified, took the pole with a 137.7, which was not even surpassed by himself. That's not true, actually. He did come back later on and beat that at a later point in time in another session. But nonetheless, we went about our way and took the pole position. We were happy with that. We were still struggling with the fuel delivery problem, and concerns were that we were going to have a potential problem during the race. We didn't want to have that. So on Sunday morning, we were still chasing the problem. We entered into another race trying to get rid of the problem, and finally we elected right at lunchtime that we were going to actually put him on the Honda. Last minute, put him on the Honda and have him race on the Honda because we knew the Honda was running fine. Daniel had been riding the Honda, messing around with it and just having some fun over the weekend. So we knew the Honda was good and ready to go. So we adjusted the handlebars and the foot pegs and everything for Kyle's personal taste, and he went out and started the race on the Honda. Led the race from the drop of the flag till the drop of the flag, and did very well. Was comfortably out in the front by about 4 or 5 seconds. We kept him out there with the pit board, just told him to relax, take it easy, and just ride it all the way to the end. And he said he had just a real relaxed and enjoyable race leading out there on the Honda. In the meantime, Daniel was in the back of the pack wrestling with the Yamaha. He made it 4 laps into the race before the ignition finally expired. Turned out that's what the problem was. We were struggling with a failing ECU or CDI, depending on what country you're coming from. All weekend. We didn't know this. We thought it was jetting, and to some degree it was jetting, but it was jetting because the CDI was going bad, and that's why it was sporadic. It was sporadically having electrical problems. So we isolated that. Fortunately, we made the right choice as a team. We went with the Honda. Everything worked out as planned. So we got the win that we were looking for and needing, and we had a really great weekend. It was all in all a very, very good weekend. We enjoyed the Miller round. We're looking forward to coming back there again for the finals at the end of the year, and in the next week or so we're getting ready for Barber coming up, and we'll be over there having fun on the Barber track. That's one of our favorites, so we're going to go over and ride that track for our out of region race for the season. So that's pretty much it from our camp for right now. Everybody out there, hope you're doing good and having a good time, so we'll see you at Barber.